Hi, and welcome back to my video web series, Things Your Mama Never Told You, and I am Dawn. Now, this chapter I am so excited to do because it's my favorite chapter, which is all the couples that inspired me. So, let's have at it, okay? So, the first couple that inspired me so much, I spoke about my girlfriend Shamanda and her husband Taurus. We also call him Tori. So this November, they are going to be celebrating their 13th wedding anniversary. So let me tell you why this particular couple, why they inspire me. Because when Shamanda and I became friends, it's almost 10 years ago. So she would look at me and say, I don't understand it. Why your sexy black ass ain't married, man? Why nobody wifed you? And her husband would say the same thing. And her husband, when I looked and I met her husband, I was like, you know what? I want a Tory. That's exactly what I want. I want a Tory. Somebody who's fun-loving, hard worker, provider, worships the ground that I walk on, love my last year's dirty drawers, all that good stuff, but still allow me to be me. Because I'm like a butterfly. And guess what? I asked for it and I got it in my husband. The good, the awesome, and the very ugly. So I love this couple so much because it's like, they're not stingy with their advice, And, Tori is a very picky individual. He's not like myself and his wife Shamanda, like we just let anybody into our circle or into our space. He's very picky, but Tori loves me very, very much as a sister. And when I introduced my husband to him, Tori pulled me to the side and said, sis, I'm proud of you. That's the one. I like that brother. I'm like, oh my God. But, and guess what? He was right. And my husband and I got married. So I have always gotten great advice from them. And, Tori's advice is always, just give him some. Have sex with them. Sex cures everything, but that's all men, so. So the next couple that inspired me are Yancey and Stanja Fleetwood. Now, this is a power couple right here. And I've always wanted to be one half of a power couple, okay? So the beautiful thing about their relationship, they've been married for like 17 years now, which is amazing. Just the other day, I spoke to Stanja and I said, listen, let me tell you, I don't know what is up with this marriage thing, okay? Because, I'm like, oh my God, this is so hard. I said, you guys who've been married for 10 plus years, y'all need a freaking parade because this thing is hard and I'm only 4 years in. But the best advice that Stanja has ever given me was make sure that you guys are friends. That's number one. Number two, make sure there is God right in the center of our family and in the center of our relationship. And the best advice she gave me again, I don't know how often I follow this advice, but I try my best. But she also told me, you know what? Watch your mouth and don't talk to him reckless. I'm working on it, but I'm telling you, she is my hero. She and her husband Yancey, they are my heroes. And Yancey loves to hang out on my husband because they share the polo bond in common. So they're just such a great couple and they're just so beautiful together. So, and they just have fun. And you know what? My husband and I, we mimic that too. We're friends. We make sure we have God in between us. And my husband also allows me to be myself and spread my wings, and he never tries to clip them. So basically, we have some great examples. So the next example, or the next couple that I really admire are my cousins, Lyndon and Sean. They have been married for like 32 years, and they just got their first grandchild, and they are over the moon about it. And, you know, at their daughter's wedding, Sean is the lady. So Sean is the wife. Sean sat me down and said, you know what? Once again, make sure you guys are friends, because once the kids leave, it's just going to be you two, and you don't want to wake up one day and you're laying next to a stranger. And that was really profound to me, and I really admire this couple so much. My cousin Lyndon and his beautiful wife Sean, 32 years later, if you see them together, it is so magical. The way they look at each other with such love and adoration, with such respect, and they're so playful, and I love it after 32 years. I admire them so much, and I think they are awesome. So the last couple that I admire very, very much are my Auntie Joy and my Uncle James. They have been married a total of 67 years. 7 years ago, I celebrated their 60th wedding anniversary, and it seems like they fall more and more in love with each other every day. Now, I have not gotten any advice from them, but I watched them, okay? They've raised their family. They have grandchildren and great-grandchildren, but I just see the love between them. And I know it wasn't easy, because I know this marriage path is not easy. It does take work, but they have put in the work, and they see the fruits of their labor. And once again, they're friends, and it's like I can see the tenderness between them, and you know, and the playfulness, because my Uncle James made a joke, because when they were at my wedding and I showed them a picture of them, he said, oh man, I paid 10 cents for her, you know. She said, oh, so? And we all had a great laugh about it, you know. So I love that playfulness. That is so amazing. So each of those couples, they're the best of friends, you know. So they make excellent examples. So my advice, now as a young married, you know, my marriage is very young. It hasn't even hit the double digits yet. We didn't even hit 7 years yet. However, listen to people who have been in the game, which is going to lead into my next chapter, which is going to an expert. So I am so glad I was able to share my inspiration with you guys. Thank you so much, and till next time, bye-bye.